What?
Cameras. It's ready.
It's ready, so we're live now.
Yeah.
Whisper.
You had the camera the wrong way.
Oh, auto starts as that.
That's stupid.
I know, it is dumb, because it gets me every time that I'm filming, like, live for Matt. I hate it. I don't know how many people are here. People are even in here yet.
1,000?
1,000. 1,000 would be crazy right now if we had 1,000. I would, I don't know what I
There's
would do.
0 right now.
0 right now. It'd be like that sometimes. So the guys haven't shut out yet. I'm kind of disappointed.
One.
We got one? Who's
Yeah.
here? Say hello.
Sarah.
Sarah? Hello, Sarah.
There's SHAR.
Oh, Shar Stromberg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our serpent.
It's different on this side of things. It's very different. Not being able to see the chat, things like that.
And a Michael.
Michael. We got people coming in. Sweet, sweet. So today we're just going to do, it's going to be really kind of quick. Just because we have to feed tonight, because normally we feed on Fridays, but we're going to take some snakes to, is it a nursing home or just an assisted living?
Both.
Both. So we're going to take a bunch of snakes to go see some people, and usually we feed on Fridays. There's not really time for that, so we're going to knock this out and then get to feeding, because we can go to bed, because I've got work tomorrow, and I don't want to be up super late on a work night. How many people we got in?
19.
19. That's good enough to kind of start. You know, people start kind of coming in just so we can get the show on the road. So this is clutch 15, 2 eggs. So nothing overly crazy on the size. I looked, she had 2 eggs, 1 slug, and 1 possible slug. So obviously that possible slug did turn out being a slug. Pairing would have been the lesser spider ghost. No, just spider ghost to straight ghost, I believe, right? I think that is what it is. I don't think the male is a lesser spider ghost. It could be that too, I guess. I can't remember off the top of my head. So really what we're looking for is everything will be ghost with a mix of spider in there and potentially lesser. Yes, it is lesser spider ghost, because earlier we were hoping for a clutch of bell ghosts with the lesser spider ghost being bred to a lesser ghost. So hoping for lessers, hoping for spiders, they're all going to be ghost. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead. These guys are loose, so I'm just going to go ahead and think ahead. I've already sanitized everything, got that going, so good there. Save some messiness. Get it out here. And this is just a day early, but it's not gonna hurt anything.
So what day is it?
54, because tomorrow was the day. And I made that a little too short. So we're going to just trim off a little bit there. And we have, I don't know if you can see that, that is just a regular ghost. And we have some movement. So, good egg, good baby. Just a ghost, but ghost is still cool by itself. So the nice thing about doing a visual recessive to visual recessive is you can't miss, right? So not bad there. Shout out if there's any questions, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of weird being on this side of things. Get that nice and done. There we go, and it looks like another just straight ghost. Good movement, everything looks good in there. Again, just a straight ghost. Now, coming out, it could have lesser in there. That's a really big could, because those don't look anything like lessers, especially lesser ghosts. They're pretty distinctive. So really not a super like ride home excited clutch, but still pretty cool. Again, can't miss because it's ghost to ghost. So ghost there and ghost maybe there. So nothing No lessers, no spiders, no lesser spiders. Kind of sucks. The lesser spider ghost actually looks really cool. Lesser and ghost go really well together. I think ghost and most bell complex snakes go really, really well together, and something to add. But all in all, healthy eggs, can't complain. Mom's already back on food, can't complain. Dad's always back on food because that thing eats like a champ. Is there any questions or anything, Kurt?
What's the other name for ghost?
Ghost, hypo, orange ghost, I think green ghost. There's names for, I think there's a gene I saw the other day that I'm not saying that's what it is, but someone called it a new gene and they named it something fancy, but to me it just looked like a regular ghost. And they had no plans on breeding it to ghost, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but odds are that's your answer right there. So it has many, many different names, but hypo and ghost are the most common ones. Anything else?
Someone said earlier that they had a snake. I have a hatchling that hasn't eaten any since hatching. Any tips?
Any tips? So one, I always ask, because there are some people who do put hatchlings in aquariums. If it is, block off all the sides so it can't see out. If it's in a rack, it depends on how long it's been. We really don't
Said June 10th, I think.
June 10th. So if it looks like it's visibly losing weight and really starting to get thin, or I call them wings on the backside, when the skin up towards the tail starts to fold over, it kind of looks like it has wings. That's when it's really time to start assist feeding, but not until then, to be honest. Because if you do it too soon, right, it does take energy to eat the mouse. And there's been or whatever you're feeding it. And there's been studies about how sometimes force feeding actually burns more energy than the calories it gets from the food. So sometimes it's really just not worth it. So I try to give them every opportunity they can until it's time to do that. But something you might do is if you've been feeding pinky mice, go like to a fuzzy mouse or something. Or if you have access to soffers, that helps too. If you're doing pre-killed or frozen, try live. Those are some things to try out there. Anything else?
How many snakes are we going to feed tonight?
How many snakes are we going to feed tonight? A lot. I don't actually know numbers. I'm looking 10, 20, 30 and a half, 60 and a half, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 30, 40, 50. I don't know, probably like 400 or 500. No, not 4 or 5, but like 3 or 4 when you count babies and then rattlesnakes and all that. So,
do you keep your genetics separate like ghost and hypo?
No. Because, here's the thing, right? I mean, they're the same. What I will say I do, like when you have same genes like a banana and coral glow, lesser butter, I keep it labeled as what I bought it as or what it was given as. So if I buy a lesser coral glow, I will name it, I'll keep it coral lesser glow. Even though I work with bananas and butters and have other banana and butters, I won't change his name. And its offspring will stay, whatever its parents are. But I don't I'm not going to breed banana to coral glow. I'm not going to breed lesser. I don't really care about that stuff because to me they're the same genes. So it doesn't matter as much, but the labeling system, I do keep it separate. But there's not really a point to keep them separate. They're so mixed in nowadays that even if, they are the same, but even if they weren't the same, they're so mixed together that we found out in genetic testing that yellow belly is actually there's two different mutations for yellow belly that are not the same, but they are allelic, but they both make ivories, and you can't tell them apart. Maybe you could have way back in the day, but now they're so mixed into each other that it doesn't matter.
David C. asked how the new snake from the auction is doing.
The new snake from the auctions. We haven't got any of the snakes from the auction yet. So.
Someone asked if you already cut.
Good idea. Yes, we did. There was 2 eggs. It was a really small clutch. We got 2 ghosts. No lesser, no spider. It's just unfortunate, but it goes that way, right? You can't win them all. But again, when you use 2 visual recessives, you also can't lose either. So kind of a cheat code. Alrighty.
One last question.
One last question. Oh gosh, you're smiling.
No, I'm doing I'm making them up.
Oh.
What's your favorite recessive?
My favorite recessive is clown. Obvious, like, it will always be clown. Although there was one I saw the other day that, and not really saw, we have it, obviously. Sentinel. I'm really enjoying that. I've seen some combos the other day that I just absolutely loved. And that is slowly taking over, but I still love clown. I do. I think clown is good with everything. Almost everything, right? There's some things that I don't really like inchy clowns or blade clowns. You're taking away the pattern that I love about clown. And
I don't like spider clowns.
Spider clowns too, right? We do have one that as a baby it looks really cool, but we had an adult and it is ugly. It takes away the pattern and yeah, no spider clowns either. Alrighty.
Yep, I think that's
Alright, we're gonna slide over to Patreon real quick and get that knocked out so we can get this feed on the road. Thank you guys for stopping by.